I know that the business is called Beauty Culture, but the thing is that it is a culture.
Because she knew she was making a difference in their lives.
And a news article from, I think it was our 50th anniversary, and I welled up when I read it.
We won't have anything we don't believe in the salon.
Welcome to Beauty Business Matters. I'm your host, Susan Routledge, and today is an exceptionally special edition. I'm here with Verity and Lauren, who have a family business called Mary Howarth Beauty Culture, which is 70 years old. And we think it is possibly the oldest salon in the UK. So if anyone knows of a salon that's older, we're putting a shout out about this. I know a little bit about the story of the salon and how it's evolved simply as well from talking to Verity, but as well, like Verity was one of our authors in Beauty and the Best One as well. So if you want to read more about this story, go ahead and read it in the book. But over to you guys. I mean, what an achievement. 70 years is just awesome.
It is awesome. I mean, I have to say, my sister is involved as well, and she can't be here today. So it isn't just me, it is a family affair.
Yeah.
So it all begins with my nana, who was an eccentric kind of character, and you'd have to be. And it was 1955 she opened. So in 1954, she lost her husband probably a little bit before that. But in 1954, my dad was 18 and she decided she needed to do something for herself.
Yeah.
She went off to London, and there weren't many schools to train in beauty, but that's what she did. And then she came back to Ashton-under-Lyne, which is a market town, an old market town. And her aim was to deliver beauty treatments for the normal woman. And that's exactly what she did. She had to go and get bespoke furniture because there weren't couches, equipment. So she had to basically design them and obviously to how she wanted them. And mostly she got medical trolleys and things like that. But she started off and she had a real way with her. Her professionalism was up there. The salon you own only ever talked in whispers. You never ever talked about each other's other clients, what they were having. It was all very hush, hush, hush. God forbid if you sat on the bed, only for clients. And that's how she was. And she did that, and she started off in an upstairs premises, and eventually that grew, and she had to employ more staff, and because the training was only ever in London, she had to make sure she was able to train them, so she trained her own staff. So I suppose it was the start of her own little academy as such, which really, when she's on her own, she's amazing.
So did she have any business, had she done anything with business before, or did she have anyone supporting her?
I don't think she could even add up. My nana, you'd have to have realised what she's like. She decided she would do something and she did it, and that's how she was, and nothing stood in her way, which was amazing. And what I've learned since she died, it was 28 years ago now. I wish I could have her back to talk things through even more.
How great would that be?
Yeah,
it would just be
great.
Awesome, wouldn't it? So obviously, she had she worked before that?
She was a nanny before she was married, and then my father's father, he was a solicitor. So she had a lovely life. There wasn't need to. She did have her own little entrepreneur stuff during the war, but we won't talk about that. But my dad was kept okay in lemonade. That's all I'd say. So she always had a way of. I think she wanted to. She not so much make money, because she was always a very kind person, and a lot of her treatments that she did initially, she realised some women needed treatments such as hair removal on the face. And when I say she felt sorry for them, I think she realised she was helping them, and she did a lot of them for no charge. because she knew she was making a difference in their lives. And that's literally how she was. She didn't want to collect money. She wasn't materialistic in any shape or form. She wanted to give, which our industry is that.
Yeah, but there can't have been, not even just our industry, but there can't have really been that many women in business, female entrepreneurs.
No.
Then.
She was an entrepreneur, but with no husband behind her.
Yeah.
Which, again, I never really think about, but I think of it now. And, you know, we've got so much support around us. I mean, I think probably at the time, all I can say is her accountant must have helped a lot, because how she ever got some books together, yearly accounts, I really don't know.
So in those early days when she first started, obviously she was doing electrolysis. What else was she doing?
So she trained in massage, facials, electrolysis. She made all her own products.
Wow.
Literally, we've got the recipes for.
Wow.
Yeah, and I remember when I worked in the salon from the age of 11, as did Suzanne, and we were in the kitchen. We were never allowed out of the kitchen, and we made products. We literally did and she used to have her own cuticle cream, cleansers, and that's what we did. And again, you know, because there weren't the suppliers there.
Yeah.
But that's how they taught them in college. I've still got some of her books, and they're literally the chemistry of making products.
Mind saying that when I went to college, when I did my training, it was the first time they'd had a training course, well, second year, they'd done it up in the northeast. And we used to have, like, because there wasn't really anyone from our industry to train, so we used to have physiotherapists and things, but we used to have like cosmetic science and some of the things we used to make. And it's like lipsticks and mascaras and that, which you would like, I think you just like, if you actually put them on your face, it would never.
Well, there was quality control, and that had to get past Mary Howarth. And literally, if I'd had a bad Saturday, the quality control woman, she was not, my nana was very, if she wasn't happy with you,
yeah,
she wasn't happy with you. So,
but even products, I mean, then there mustn't have been that many products out there, kind of thing. There'd be ponds and different things. Yeah. But I mean, for her to be formulating and making products,
well, literally the masks, the facial masks were made. They were made up in. She had like. So if you think about a chemist and a chemist sort of, it was like that in the kitchen, and you opened it up and all the bottles were all there, and you made up the mask with the stuff, the kaolin, the witch hazel, whatever you required for your client.
Kaolin, that's a blast from the past.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, one of the certificates that we've got is actually for beauty chemistry. That's what it says on it, that she's qualified in beauty chemistry, which I found a few weeks ago. And I was like, wow, we've got these old certificates that are all in cracked frames, and we need to do something with them.
Oh, my word, yeah. You should, because Lauren, I know you've come into the business recently, aren't you? Because you're Suzanne's daughter.
Yes.
And because Suzanne was in the business for quite a long time, wasn't she?
Oh, yeah. And she's still very much there, but she's sort of stepped back a little bit.
Oh, so when you've come in, Lauren, obviously, like, the stories and things you must hear of when you've been growing up must have been awesome, kind of thing. And I bet you wish you like had your great grand still now to like hear these stories from.
I mean, I still remember her because she died when I was 7, I think.
Wow.
So I do remember her then. And obviously I probably didn't really connect the two with the salon and my nana at that age. But it was only a couple of weeks ago that there was a news article from, I think it was our 50th anniversary. And I welled up when I read it because it was all about the history, which Verity has just spoken about. But it's I wouldn't say unexpected coming into the business. I never saw this as my plan, but when I realised it whilst I was on maternity leave, I was like, of course, why have I never thought of this before?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I thought, I've got all these ideas how we can take the business into the future, and what we can do with that. So I feel excited and
it's bringing it from a whole new angle, a whole new level and things, isn't it? Really, because the business has evolved. I mean,
It's still evolving.
Exactly, which is just awesome. So, and the thing is that, so from the products being formulated, at what point did that change to having product ranges, shall we say?
So I think it was when Suzanne probably came into the business then, and my nana was stepping back. And then obviously it's a different slant, just as Lauren coming into the business now is.
Yeah.
So Suzanne really, she sort of took the business to the next level and getting suppliers involved and moving it. And it obviously was getting busier as well. So that's when I came into the business, probably 8 years after Suzanne started. And then when we worked together, it was easier. You've got more of a force and you've got each other to bounce off. And that helped again.
So was it that you both, Suzanne and you both, wanted to go into beauty therapy? Was it like a passionate just because you'd seen how the business evolved, or was it expected that you would go in, or how was it?
No, it was never expected. So Suzanne, we both kind of had our little Saturday jobs. I mean, from the age of 11. I don't think that's legal anymore, but I enjoyed it. And I did that sort of until I was about 16. But I'm more of a mathematician, so I was always going to go. I got a job in the bank and went and worked there for 3 years, and it just wasn't working with me. And my dad at the time knew that Suzanne needed more help, because my dad did have involvement in the business once my nana had retired. So he kind of said to me, well, do you want to go to beauty school? So you'd have to do that if you were going to be going into the business. So I went, you know what, let's give it a go. And so that's what I did. And then I ended up in the business in time for then Suzanne to go off on maternity to have Lauren. Yeah. It kind of, do you know what? Everything's has always just fitted in.
Yeah. This episode is brought to you by our amazing sponsor, Forest Salon Software. I'm especially delighted about this partnership because I've known CEO of Forest, Ronan Percival, for over 12 years, and he was also the first guest on this podcast. The Forest story began with a genuine love for the salon industry, and their passion for helping businesses thrive is what makes them such a great synergy and such a great fit for this show. They bring so much energy and enthusiasm to helping and supporting salons. And as part of this partnership, they are offering an exclusive deal for our listeners. It's a huge 50% off Forest Salon software for the first 6 months. It's an incredible saving, especially in today's climate, and a great way for your business to stay focused and strong for 2025 and beyond. If you'd like to take advantage of the offer, simply check out the sign-up link in the show notes, and be sure to mention the podcast when you speak to their fantastic team. And thanks to Forest Software, and now back to our incredible episode. And how big's the team now then?
So we've got a team of, if you include Suzanne, who is sort of, she dips in and dips out, we've got 8 of us. We have had a team of 12, but since COVID, we've pulled back a little bit, which a lot of salons have. It'd be nice to think if we, in the future, we relocate and we've got different things, that maybe that can grow again. That would be wonderful. But we've got a great team. And I mean, one of our members has been with us 36 years. I mean, she's just so special, as they all are. And we do pride ourselves. Staff seem to stay with us.
Yeah.
But we always involve them.
Yeah, but the thing is, I know that the business is called like Beauty Culture, but the thing is that it is a culture that's been created, isn't it? It's like,
I've
it's
never
like,
thought of it like that, but you're absolutely right.
Yeah, it's, it's more than just a business.
Absolutely.
Certainly. And you'll have seen generations come through now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when you actually, some clients will come in and they'll say, this is the 4th or 5th generation coming to you, and you're like going, whoa, hang on a minute, I've never even thought of that either. But then when you realise, well, yeah.
And there's still some clients that come in. There was a lady who came in on Tuesday, and she walked through the door and she said to me, I've been coming to this salon for years. I knew Mary Howarth. And she said, I've not been here for a very long time, for over 20 years, because I've been looking after my husband, but I'm so glad that you're still here and that I can come back. And I said, well, I'm Mary Howarth's great-granddaughter. And she was like, oh, I am so pleased that it's in the family. And the more, because there's a lot of clients that I've known throughout the years because they know my mum. But then there's a lot of clients that I haven't met that I am now starting to meet because I'm in the salon. And so many people say, oh, we're so glad that you're here and that it stays in the family. Or we're so nice to meet you. I've known your mum for years. Or there's been about 3 or 4 people who have actually come in and said to me, oh, we know, we knew your great nana. We remember when it was upstairs. And I didn't think there was many people left like that.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? I mean, it's coming up to our 37th anniversary, which we just feel like it seems so young compared to you guys now. And the thing is, there's clients, even on comments going, I can remember when you opened and things. It's so nice, isn't it? And I know you probably had the same. We've had, when youngsters have come in with their mums, when they've grown up, gone and trained in beauty therapy and then even come to work for us and things. And, it's just so lovely, isn't it? When it's a long established business, it's just a different kind of feel to it. But we do, and I don't know whether maybe you not, but we still get people coming in and going, oh, have you just opened?
We've had people that come in.
Discovered us.
We have people come in and say, oh, I didn't know you were still here.
Yeah, it's awesome. So are you pulling together sort of a lot of memorabilia and things?
Yes, Lauren? So there's a couple of I'd say old school dinosaur folders that have got bits of paper of newspaper articles, and we've got old certificates in the cupboard, like Nana's certificates from when she first trained.
Wow.
Old Suzanne's certificates are very old as well.
Your certificates. Lots of old photographs. I mean, I pulled some things together for a social media post this week, and it made me realise there's actually a big gap of documentation. We've got something from 1955, and you might have old notebooks, but then there is a big gap between the 70s and 90s, I would say, where there's probably not very much. But then from 90s onwards, then there's more, because there was more things printed and obviously more photographs and publications that have been kept. So we've got loads of news articles from the 90s that was 30 years in the 90s when we celebrated that. And photographs from the salon how it used to be, how it's evolved, and whilst we've renovated. So it's just really nice to get them out and have a look. And even I think, gosh, I remember it when it was like that.
So have you ever had a call into, I mean, obviously you're in the business now, but you've come in on a more of a marketing side of role, haven't you? And were you ever tempted to think, oh, I need to go and train as well now?
Honestly, no.
Which is great though, isn't it? Because then you've got, you'll see things. It's like having an eagle eye look down on the business rather than being in the business. So you'll be seeing things from a whole new perspective as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think the reason why I never had a calling for beauty was, I think by the time I was 16 and deciding what I wanted to do with my life, I felt like I'd spent a lot of time in the salon. As it was. I mean, I started when I was 11 as well, and I was the girl who made the cups of tea and ran to the bank for change and did all the cleaning and refilled all the products. And I did that in every school holidays. And then when I was 16, I went officially on the payroll, didn't I? And I was receptionist for 2 summers, which I really enjoyed. But then by the time I'd done that, I thought, oh, I've worked here already. I don't need to come back. And I always had a passion for fashion, so that was what took over for me, and that's where I was previously, which I think my knowledge from another industry and working in different businesses has then enabled me to bring a different side and different ideas, and obviously the whole marketing aspect as well. So yeah, it's exciting, and I feel like I've got loads of ideas that I want to bring to the business, not just the marketing side of things, but the way that we can move the business forward into the future. So we've said Mary Howarth 2.0 potentially.
I love it. I absolutely love it. So for the anniversary, what are you guys going to do then?
So so we're gonna do a number of things. We've decided that we're gonna hold our birthday event in September, well, end of September, beginning of October. And we want to celebrate with our team, and also celebrate, I'd like to think, with old and new clients, encourage people to come back to the salon that might not have been for a very long time, but also welcoming new clients. So we're going to be doing some skin events, a 360 skin event consultation. So we'll invite clients in to have their skin analysed. We'll also have goodie bags. We'll have cake and Prosecco one afternoon.
Got to be done.
And then also we'll probably do some charity donations from some of our first treatments. So electrolysis was one of our first treatments, so we'll probably do some charity donations and promotions on that. Also facials, obviously what Verity's spoken about, it being one of our first treatments. We'd like to give back and either donate to a women's charity or local charities. And then we might just continue the celebrations into the beginning of next year as well. Like, why not? And then maybe have a ladies' afternoon tea or an event, something like that. So it's still within our 70th year, so why not? Lots of things in the bag to celebrate.
So from back in those days, obviously electrolysis was one of the main things. How has things evolved? Is electrolysis still one of the most popular treatments, or has it come and go? Because obviously, I think with electrolysis, then once laser came out and things, it took a little bit of a dip. I mean, to me, I still think electrolysis is the treatment for hair removal.
Yeah, we have got the laser, and we do some clients will have a combination of the two, which work well. But no, we've still got a lot of electrolysis clients, but we've got a lot of years experience. I mean, I've got 40 years experience. Gwenda, our therapist that's been with us 36 years, she's actually got probably 37 years experience in electrolysis. Suzanne will be
48?
heading towards 50 years electrolysis experience. So we've got such a lot of experience there. Plus we've got the younger ones coming in as well, and we're obviously able to help them because there's training in electrolysis, and then there's doing electrolysis, and sometimes you need to have that experienced person around you to guide you. So we've still got all of that. So of course people know we do a good treatment with electrolysis, and everything we have in the salon. We won't have anything we don't believe in the salon. So if we are bringing new equipment in, we absolutely look at it thoroughly. Products the same. But I've never been able to sell anything that I don't believe in.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. I mean, there's some great equipment out there, but there's some not so great equipment out there as well, isn't it? And it's like having a business where clients absolutely trust that, and they will trust you guys, that you'll know that you're going to get absolutely the best, because your reputation, you're never ever going to tarnish that.
Absolutely not.
Your Nana would never let you.
Not on my watch, my goodness. I'd get, oh no, I can't think about it.
Yeah, but so the thing is that which treatments would you say have stayed the most popular? Electrolysis we've obviously spoke about.
Massage and facials, and people love our manicures, and obviously there's gels now. But yeah, my Nana always did a very good manicure, and we've always gone with that. That's been one of the things.
So have you kept a lot of like the good old way that like the manicures were done, where it was like a really thorough treatment? Where now it a lot of times it's quite it's.
People say that to us when they come in. They went, "We do a lot more than when I've had a manicure before." I mean, even for us to do gels, at the end we like to get the cuticles can't just be missed.
Yeah.
And I know places don't do cuticles, and it's not that they need it; they just need to be tidied up, oiled, and they need attention, and also the massage. I mean, I do love giving a manicure with a good hand massage, the arm massage, and your client just falls into your arm. And I make a point of, after any gels that we do, I like to do a massage after, which, you know, the clients love, but it doesn't take very long.
No.
But it has changed. It's changed the level of your treatment from there to there, and it's the power of touch.
Yeah, and it's the little things that people remember. It's like the little touches that don't cost a lot.
Absolutely.
That's what someone's going to remember. It's always the same when, like, when you say that your nanny used to, like, do some treatments for people who needed the treatment but they couldn't afford, like, they would never ever forget that. You know, that
we know that, I mean, probably they didn't talk about mental health then, but women would get so stressed not knowing how to deal with the facial hair, and to meet someone like my nana must have been, oh my Lord, there's nobody like, because, you know, these sort of treatments were only ever, you could only get them in London, and probably for very expensive treatments that they'd be. And my nana comes back to a market town in Lancashire, and listens.
For how long was your business the only one in the area then, would you say? Because, like, it would be for quite a long time.
Quite a while. But it's funny, probably because my nana did open up in Ashton. There were probably, I don't live in Ashton, I live in South Manchester, but there were always more salons around there.
You just think, oh, yeah, we'll have some of that.
Yeah, I think it did encourage people in that area, which was only ever going to be good for the area. And I always say competition is good.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is that there's always a client will choose, like, wherever they want to go. You know, there will be the clients who still want, like, the quick and cheerful treatments, you know, but your clients, I think it's a whole different level of what the care that they want. So what would you say? I mean, now obviously you got, like, quite a large range of treatments now. Is that still ever grown, or do you think that you stick with your core treatments?
I'm always open, always looking for new things. I still want to learn.
I think the day you stop learning is the day you should.
Yeah, I still want to learn, and if I can learn new things that can help our clients, I'm up there. So, on that note, never say never.
Well, how many hours do you do then, Lauren?
So I'm in the salon 2 days a week. At the moment, it is spreading a little bit towards 3 because we just seem to have an influx of manual lymphatic drainage. And I'm the only one that does it. So again, that's a client's need for that, and usually they've got a specific need for it, and it can be medical, usually medical. So I feel the need, they need it, and they need me. So I'm just doing a little bit more then. So yeah, but I try and do just 2 days. That's how I'm trying to work it, just so I can go for longer. I don't want to burn myself out. I realise, you know, I'm not in the twilight years of beauty, but I'm going to be there. I'm still there. So I just think if I can just manage it the best way I can and not sort of push myself too much, because I want to enjoy it. I don't want to feel tired and worn out, because I want to give my all.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because it's giving you all to your clients, isn't it, really, kind of thing. So have you ever been tempted to go down the aesthetics route then?
We have had, there was one consultant doctor that used to come in, and he was very professional, and he did do it for a while, but then he stopped doing it. I think he stopped doing aesthetics altogether. And we were linked with another company in Manchester that used to send their doctors out to us. And so we were like a satellite of them. And that worked really well. But then their business grew in Manchester. But going forward, after they finished, I just felt unless you've got are really, really good, and you have to know that they're really good.
Yeah.
And obviously my knowledge isn't, I can't decide who's good or bad because I haven't got the knowledge. I felt that really, we shouldn't go down that road. We should let them, they're experts, let them, that's their field. And if somebody came in and they asked, I would send them to the company that used to use us as a satellite, because I know they're good, and I know the guy that set it up. I know he trains, and he's training and everything. So I'm quite happy doing that. But somebody coming in that I don't know, that's something, because I haven't got that knowledge, and I don't pretend to have either.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, having external clients coming in, yes, it's a nice idea, but the thing is, it has, like you say, it has to be someone who has the same standards and reputation that you have, kind of thing, because it's still your name above the door, you guys, and someone coming in, someone will always associate that treatment with that it was in your premises, kind of thing.
Absolutely.
So
it's you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, they might not even realise that it wouldn't be us if
that's it.
So
yeah,
can't risk.
And that's the thing, when you're running a business, you can't pretend to know everything.
Yeah.
And I think you perhaps have to put your hand up and go, do you know what? I don't know enough about that. I'll step back.
So do you still find that you've got an influx of new clients coming in all the time that possibly don't even know the history of the business? And is that
well, I did a bit of a deep dive just for myself, because I started to think, actually, there's a lot of people that are coming into the salon, and I'm setting them up as new clients when I'm booking them in. So I did a deep dive, and so in the past 90 days, we'd had a total of 80 new clients come through the door. And it was in I'd say in the past month, 40 of those came in. So half of the clients in the past 90 days, half of them were just in 1 month.
Wow.
So I'm going to keep on doing that every month. Because we think there's chatter out there. As I've taken more on social media, we must be popping up in more places.
You pop up on my feed.
People are still finding us and talking about us, and either coming back to us, or they're brand new people that have been recommended. So we've still got a lot of new people walking through the door, as well as everybody that's been coming to us for such a long time.
So would you say that the new businesses through marketing, or are you high street? Someone walking?
Yeah.
But there's not a lot of footfall in Ashton, is there?
No, Ashton as a market town is suffering like most town centres. Marks and Spencer's used to just be a couple of doors down the way, and that's not the case now. So the footfall isn't like it used to be. But, well, from our figures, clearly people are still finding us.
That's awesome, isn't it? Yeah. So when someone comes to work for you, how does someone come into the business? Do you normally take someone who's from college, bring them in on an apprenticeship, or which is probably like the way your nana would have done, or do you look for someone who's worked somewhere else? Or
it's a mixture. We've got one girl that she's been with us 11 years now. She came in as an apprentice. We've got other girls, Gwenda, who's been with us 36 years, she'd actually worked somewhere only for a year previously. So it's a mixture of the staff. And it's funny, my nana always used to say it, and you will know as well, Susan, when you take somebody on, there's a certain amount of moulding you've got to do to bring them to fit in with your team. And you have to go with your gut on whether you can actually get them to your thinking, respecting the ethos of the salon, and enable them, because the training bit is easy.
Yeah.
I can train.
Yeah,
and
I always like to say you can train anyone in anything apart from that attitude.
Yeah.
Things
and if they haven't got that, clients sometimes know they stand out like a sore thumb, and they don't last.
Yeah.
So we do. We are careful about recruiting, especially now. But we've done all right. We've got good staff, and we've had good staff. I mean, we've had a few bad eggs, but like I say, they don't usually stay around.
Yeah, but it's all as well, someone feeling part of it. I just did a recent interview with Marianne Page, and we were very much talking about this. The thing is that it's all as well making someone feel part of something, and I think when it is like a culture that you've created, someone coming in, they either want to be in that culture or they want to, if they just want a job, a career, like without it being a career, they're probably not going to stay somewhere like yours.
But are they going to stay in beauty?
Yeah.
Probably not. I mean, we've spoken before. I would like all our staff, and I know a lot of them do feel like this way. To me, the business is a piece of pie. And if the business grows, then the piece of pie gets bigger. And the girls, if the business grows, the girls are putting more in. So it's right that they get more out. And that's how we've always done it, from a wage structure, the whole thing. They've got to feel part of it.
Yeah,
and
totally.
I feel happier when people are working with us and they've got that ethos. Because I know that they're looking after the clients the way that my nana would want it.
So going more into the nitty-gritty kind of thing. So do you like set targets for your team and things, or is it just like a natural thing that everyone is working at a high level?
We still have to set the targets. Some find it easier than others, and we don't ever. It's the fine line between pressure and not. We try and encourage the girls and go with their strengths to say, you can do this. You just push yourself a little bit more, because the last thing you want is a stress therapist. And we won't go there. We will just look at other ways of trying to help them and support them. And that's how it's always been. There'll always be those the members of staff that are really successful and they are really onto it, and they can just, their sales and takings just grow and grow. And wouldn't it be great if you've got a whole salon full of those?
Yeah.
But every salon needs every personality.
Exactly.
And sometimes you might get a member of staff that perhaps doesn't take as much as that, but boy, the input that they do bring to the salon is just as valuable.
Yeah, and clients need that as well, to have that balance of, not everyone wants someone who's like dynamic, and sometimes clients just want someone who's just like methodical, just gets on, and just absolutely. So it works absolutely perfectly. So what's the next plans then for Lauren?
Well, I'd really like to build on our heritage and, as we've been saying, Mary Howarth Beauty Culture. And brands these days, they're all about selling a lifestyle, having like a 360 look on your life. And I would like to build Mary Howarth into not just beauty and skin health, but also branch out into wellness, because there's so many things out there these days that people are dipping into, whether that's Pilates or sound healing, just some us potentially being somewhere that women can come not just for the beauty treatments, they can come for events or their weekly Pilates, or building a community, because people like to feel that they belong. So I want to expand our business into other avenues, to add just another element of element to the business.
Yeah, and that would be lovely, because like some of the more mature clients probably have never been introduced to something like that before, and then you've got the young ones who will understand all about it. So I think it'll work really, really well. But when you said with women, do you get male clients, or is it predominantly female?
Mainly women, but we do have a few male clients.
We do, and we openly encourage it. And funny, when some men first come in, they're a little bit, but then once they feel relaxed, which they do, you get them coming back. So with that is, it's obviously a very small percentage compared to the female. But again, that's an area that will probably grow.
Definitely.
With time.
Yeah. So when is the event going to be then that you're going to have? Are you going to spread them out or?
So the birthday week is going to be week commencing the 29th of September, and our skincare event is going to be on the Thursday, so on the 2nd of October. But then, like I said, if we're going to do afternoon teas or something like that, we'll probably put that in the new year, just to spread it out and encourage clients to bring their friends along that might not come to us, to introduce new people to the salon and just have it as an event outside of the salon that people can come to and enjoy and chat with their friends. And we might do some charity raffles and some giveaways and collaborate with local businesses. So
I think
spread out our celebrations.
Yeah, I think as well, you'll get so much interest locally as well, because you've got to be not only possibly the oldest salon, but even in your area, you'd be one of the oldest businesses. Is there actually in Aston, is there older businesses than you guys?
I think, I think we might be the oldest, but when you say as many sort of market towns, a lot of places have closed down that have been old family businesses, but I think we're one of the oldest, definitely. Maybe that's something else we need to look at. Oldest business in the town, potentially.
And obviously, like new businesses, you're like a shining light for, aren't you? Really, in the
Lauren's been doing so many collaborations with local businesses, and obviously they're all keen to collaborate. But that's been giving you lots of things to work to do, isn't
definitely. I think it's all about building the community within the town with local businesses. So we've had a Reformer Pilates studio open around the corner, which is really exciting for us because it's a new business that's going to bring young people into the town as well. And we've had a lot of chat about it in the salon recently, and we're all going to go as a team there. So there's loads of exciting things, and I want to collaborate with local businesses as well, because I think that's really important to build up a community within business owners in the town, as well as our clients too. So,
and you like, are you going to do like a memorabilia thing? Like it'd be lovely to have like all your nana's old, or your great nana's old certificates and things up and things.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we did have a large picture of her that we did used to have in the salon, and we need to get a new one and get it back out there so people can see that Mary Howarth is actually a real person, because I think there's a lot of people who probably don't even realise that. So
you have to get that on social media as well, because I would, like, in your head you sort of have a picture of what you would look like kind of thing, but I'd love to see a picture.
Well, I did a post earlier on this week. There's been a trend on Instagram for couples it's meant to be, it says, how long have you been together, ? And then the next slide says, it starts off, how many months have you been together? And then the next slide says months. And then it goes through the years of couples as a picture. So I did the Mary Howarth edition. And on the front opening one says, how many months have we been together, Mary Howarth edition, with a picture of Great Nana. And then it says months. And then the next one is the certificates, and it goes through the years. So go and have a look at it, because we've had quite a lot of comments from clients over the years saying, I remember it like that, or I came to have my ears pierced with you 35 years ago. So
absolutely.
So that's just the start of it.
It'd be lovely as well to do something with the local schools and things, and
so much.
Lauren, you're going to be so busy. But it's so great though, isn't it? It's just such a great feel-good thing, like to have a business that's been established so long. So on that note, I always like to ask for some golden nuggets. And I mean, it'd be great to have you, Nana, here with her golden nuggets. It would be like, don't sit on the bed, don't do this, don't do that. But what would you say over the years? I'm going to ask you first, Verity, because obviously, you've been in the business for a long time. And it's a shame we haven't got Suzanne here as well, because she'll have like different ones as well.
Yeah. I think you have... the success of the business relies a lot upon obviously your hard work, but your staff as well. So I think it's really important to listen to your staff. I really think without them, it's difficult in business, but they are obviously working for you, but they are great support for you.
Yeah.
And I totally respect them, and listen to them and keep them involved so that they feel part of it. That to me is really, really important.
Fabulous. And Lauren?
Oh, can we pause? I don't have one.
I would do it on marketing, driving the business forwards. Nowadays, like the way forwards is to
Keep your ear to the
keep,
ground.
keep relevant and stay ahead.
Okay. I'll have a quick think. How am I going to word it?
You'd be able to just say that honestly, because you've said it so many times through the thing.
Okay.
So Lauren, what would your golden nugget be?
I think it's just really important to stay relevant in order to move the business forward. Obviously, I've brought a new perspective to things, so there's always ways to bring new ideas, even if it's just the smallest idea can help propel things forward and bring some new excitement, which could possibly bring new clients to the business.
Yeah, really. I mean, the two of you, your Nana and your great Nana would be, oh, well, I mean, I'm sure she's still looking down on everything that you're doing. Yeah. But, it's, as I say, I can't wait to see what you do with the business moving forwards, because what you've done up until now is just absolutely brilliant. So well done, the two of you. And thank you so much for taking the time to come in. And anyone who, I'm going to go straight to my camera here, anyone who isn't following the business on Instagram. Instagram's your main one, is it? Would you say?
Yes. Yeah. Instagram's my main one and my favourite one.
So on social media, is it Mary Howarth
Beauty Culture on Facebook and on Instagram?
Brilliant. So we will put that in the show notes as well. But is that the best way for someone to get in touch and, well, to keep up to speed with what's going on?
Yes.
And then we can put the website and things in the show notes as well. Because if anyone's near,
and the app. Yeah.
Oh, the
so
app.
If you just type Mary Howarth Beauty Culture into the App Store, then we'll come up and you can download the app and view our price list and book appointments on there as well.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much, because as I say, it's just a pleasure to hear all about it. It's been lovely.
Thanks for letting us here.